something? That's my good girl, my darling sweetheart. Good girl, darling sweetheart. She says, here's my opportunity, I gotta run with all my might. I'm out of here.
Yep.
And that's a heavy dog to do
Yep.
that with. And Zelda's probably the same way. She sees her opportunity and
Goes.
they see it as, you gotta run from humans, right? Or at least our humans who want us to come back in the house. Okay. Hey, but you know what? Proper threshold exercises at a young age prevents all that, which is good. But it's never too late. These guys are learning now that you can't, one of the rules going home, one of the rules from now on in their life is that you can't just go through a threshold of the door without permission. It's a lovely rule to have, hold your dogs accountable for, because it makes less stress for us and less stress for the dogs, because the dogs aren't worried about going in or out, because they know that it's not something that they want to do unless they're offered.
Like, look at Sparkle.
Yeah, Sparkles knows.
She knows she's not allowed to run through that door.
Yeah, if she thought she could go through, there was like a 1 out of every 3 times, she'd have anxiety over there because she'd be over here looking to see if it's one of those times that she can pull through. So instead of just telling them, no, don't go through the door, we teach them that if you go through the door without permission, there's an aversive. But if there is permission, there's no aversive. So they don't want to go out the door without us. That's the whole, we're trying to get their belief system a certain way so that we don't have to nag them, okay? So if I see a dog really jonesing to go out a door, we'll set up a few setups so they make the mistakes so that it's no longer on their mind, okay? And this will be healthy for them because they'll be looking at thresholds like, can I go through? And that's much better than I better run as fast as I can for my owners, because that equals sometimes dogs getting hit by cars and really bad things happening. Sometimes they come back unscathed, but sometimes there's something that, horrific that can happen. So it's worth putting the time into making dogs understand the thresholds. You don't go through them unless you have permission, okay? That goes for our front door, that goes for the kennel door, that goes for doors in and out of the house, rooms of the house. You can't just pick up and go to another room without permission. Car doors, all of them, okay? It's just a boundary of respect, okay? But she's not doing it, notice, she's not staying here because I said don't go out. She's staying here because she had an aversive for going out without permission. And that's the message we keep sending as the days go on, and dogs just get it, they pick up on it, okay?
All of a sudden, she's taking sniffs at you.
Yes, she is. Good girl.
Now
I'm going to show her that she can go out without an aversive if she waits for me to say the release word. Okay? Which is permission. We're doing permission-based lifestyle with these dogs, as we do with every dog. Okay? Good. Now, sometimes they step out because I've stepped out and they said, oh, he's not getting an aversive, so maybe I can just step out. Good. Break.
Yeah, Pipey. Good girl.
She gets it.
Good
Who's
girl.
my sweetheart? Who's my good girl? Very nice young lady. Very sweet young lady. We're not going very far today. We're just doing, this is the access to the outside world. So we're just teaching them how to feel about access to the outside world. We got a lot of work to do on just the basics, so we can do it right here and inside. We're just going to be doing some recalls, and we're going to be doing some stays and stuff. As they get better, we'll take it down into the woods and whatnot. Good girl. See, I'm just seeing how she does. So she's with me. Before, it was gone, okay? So this is good. So we'll do a little bit of walking. The idea of this is to see if she's going to try to take off. If she's going to try to take off, I'm going to kind of nudge it out of her until she says, okay, I'm leaving. Things falling from the trees. I'm going to commit to running away now, then we'll correct and recall. So I'm really not doing a recall here unless she chooses to do something wrong. But look, she's making the right choice. So this is just one part of today's lesson that we're going to hang up and revisit tomorrow. Okay? If you had a lesson already, don't run out the door. And look, she's in follow mode. She's more in tune with following us. Okay, this is good. Opportunities. She'll look down the stairs. I think we'll see possible more running away attempts once she feels free down in the field. upcoming days, and we'll deal with that. But there's one experience for her. Stay. No. Good girl. Come here, you're doing great. Stay. See the ring? No. Good. Stay. Good. Good. Sit. 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 No. Good. She had to try the other one first. This is what they all, just about every dog does this. That's why we do this style where she's able, I'm not holding her on the leash where she can't move. She felt the pressure and she said, well, I'm gonna try going through the threshold first. She tried it, it went up in intensity. She came back out past the threshold. I dialed down in intensity, but it was still on, saying you haven't finished it. She put her butt down, it turned off. So this is the beauty of this, how clear we can be. And using a situation, using context to teach, okay? Good girl. Right. Break.
Yeah, Piper.
That's it, girl.
Good
girl.
job.
That's right. She's respecting the boundary. Break. Come on.
Good
girl.
job.
Good girl. That's it. That's that trust I'm talking about. That's my girl. That was her first time doing that there. As the days go on, this becomes easy peasy, second nature to the dogs. They're not even, it's no problem. But she's right on track, okay? She's making all the mistakes that she needs to make to develop her understanding, okay? Good girl. Yes, you are a good girl. Who's my young lady? Who's my smart young lady? Okay? Look at that. That's the good girl. You are a good girl. Okay? Okay, this is not easy on dogs who have already lived their life blowing through thresholds and stuff, right? It's a bit of a change, let's say, in environment, but they all learn it, and they usually learn it really quick. Okay, and I think it's a great place to start to teach, to start using the stay, because it's obvious. Okay, so we did that. Now let's take the stay and see if it can translate inside with no threshold. See if she can start staying and recalling and releasing. That's what we need. We need a recall, we need a stay, and we need a release. That really will get us the foundation to be able to get outside and to be able to start developing the other commands. Okay? But these exercises first, because first of all, the big learning moments, and it's good, and those big learning moments have to happen anyway, where they get corrections for going out. So if we do it early on, after they've had a little recall, they'll get a firmer correction, and then by the time I'm doing commands in there, I don't need to create buy-in. They already know the collar can get hot because they ran out the door. So now when I'm doing the commands, if I'm using low numbers, they respect them more because they know it can go higher, okay? If I just start working her on low numbers and she's never had a real aversive on it, I'm gonna have to eventually have an argument with her where she's gonna say, "What do you, or what?" I don't have to do or what now because she knows or what. And a lot of the times we teach them what happens by running out the door, because they all run out the door and they all need to learn with a firm correction not to run out the door. Using the e-collar, now she knows it can do that, okay? So I don't have to tell her, well, you know, I'm gonna give you a firm correction, and she's sitting there thinking I'm threatening her. None of that. She already knows what it can do. So low numbers are working way better. And when she listens to the low numbers, she's getting praise and good girl. If she starts to put up an attitude, we'll go up with our numbers. So really, if a dog's trying, they're feeling these low numbers. If they're giving us attitude, we might have to go to higher numbers for motivation. But as soon as the dog tries again, it's low numbers. So it's state of mind training as well. They say, if I'm working with this human, I'm feeling no pressure or little pressure. for guidance and for information. And then on top of that, they have their own experiences where they just get aversives that are firm enough to stop the behaviors that they're doing that are potentially dangerous, like running outdoors and things like that. Okay? Break.
Woo!
Good deal. Let's go ahead and do some basics.